Of charter flights to Australia a few years ago, the country has become more affordable for British holidaymakers. But many people tend to think of Sydney and the Great Barrier Reef as the places to visit. But South Australia is famous for its vineyards and its mountainous outback. The Mediterranean-style climate makes it ideal for touring, but if all that packing and unpacking, finding hotels, stopping for meals and so on, all puts you off a driving holiday, then why not hire your own self-contained mobile hotel? Sue Cook took her family to the state capital Adelaide, where they picked up their motorhome.
I love a sunburnt country. A land of rolling plains,
of rugged mountain ranges, of drought and flooding rains.
Well, that's a poem most children learn at school in Australia, and certainly the legendary beauty of this country is something I've wanted to explore for a long, long time. And now the children are old enough to enjoy it, here we are. And for the next few days at least, you're coming along with us, so I better introduce you to the family. This is Megan, and this is Charlie, and Billy's over there doing the driving. From Adelaide, we headed north in search of the outback, but we weren't going to get that far on our first day. After 2 hours of driving, we'd reached the Clare Valley, part of the famous Australian wine region. By now, the 21-hour flight from England was beginning to take its toll, and this seemed like an ideal place to stop and spend the night. For £8, this 3-star campsite had all mod cons and gave us the chance to inspect our new home. This is a powered site, which means that every plot has its own water supply and its electricity. Just plug it in. Now I can run the air conditioning, the fridge, the oven, the microwave, and I'm all set. Inside, it sleeps 4. This is a double bed. This is our bed, actually, but the kids keep creeping in there whenever they can. There's a gas hob here, a microwave oven and ordinary oven, double sink, big luxury, fridge, and the cupboard space is good because it battens down all the glasses and plates over those rough roads. And then this end, the table comes out to make another double bed, and we're keeping one of the suitcases here. We made the mistake of bringing 2 suitcases, and there really isn't the room here. We'd actually have done better to bring soft bags, which can be folded away. You don't have to stay on a campsite, of course. One of the beauties of campervanning is, home is wherever you want it to be. Bungaree Station is a working sheep farm, which supplements its income by taking in tourist guests, who can stay in one of the comfortably converted farm buildings or park their campervans in the grounds with full access to showers and toilets and so on. Bungaree has 10,000 sheep. It's famous for its merino wool. And of course, if there's one thing guaranteed to keep children amused on holiday, it's animals. With the delights of the outback ahead of us, animals were to become quite a theme of this holiday.
He's got it all over his face.
At dinner that evening, we were quickly made to feel part of the family, sharing a home-cooked meal on the terrace alongside the other guests. The next day, we headed north again, and now we were beginning to feel we really were in Australia.
Oh, you see
There's
it coming over that.
loads. There's millions. There's about 10.
Roo, over there! On the right. On the right, starboard. Roo to starboard. Then, as we bowled along the unmade roads, a small problem. Look at this, Billy, the catch is completely gone. And the bits dropped, the whole middle bit's dropped out. Well, I don't know where it's gone.
It started popping this morning when we were trying to lock it.
What's happened here is the catch on this door has gone completely, and a bit of the lock's dropped off. And I don't know what we're going to do about it, really, because we can't drive along with the door flapping open.
That's one advantage of having a camera crew travelling behind you. One of these kind of octopus hooky things.
Oh, right, so if you...
Shove it in up there somewhere. And Charlie, will you hold on to the other end, or should you stick it onto a hook in there?
The door now held reasonably firmly shut by means of a bungee, we carried on to our next campsite at Wilpena Pound. As we travelled further and further north towards the outback, the scenery became more rugged, and so did the campsites. At Wilpena there was little more than a token shower and toilet block surrounded by woodland. Luckily, the motel next door had a good restaurant and a shop to stock up with provisions. Bye. Wilpena Pound is a huge natural amphitheatre surrounded by rock and mountains, and the only way to see it really is from the air, which I'm going to have to miss because I get airsick. But the kids are going to tell me all about it. Don't forget, you're going to tell me everything you see, okay? And take those pictures.
£1. It's a big circle of rocks. Yeah.
But I wasn't going to miss out on the scenery, so that afternoon Charlie and I took a four-wheel drive trip into the mountains, while Billy and Megan were learning more about the Aborigines on an educational tour.
Now we're going to look for a witchetty grub, and what you normally look for is you'll see a dot in the tree.
Right.
So now I'm just going to dig it out.
Do they just chew into the tree and is that their food?
Yeah.
It's getting steep. You can just imagine dinosaurs wandering around here, can't you? It's the oldest mountain range in the world.
Doesn't look as though it's changed much.
Oops, there's a brontosaurus.
Oh, it's a whopper. Yummy.
There we go.
Thousand Island dressing and we're off. Bush tucker.
Just take the head off and the tail and just clean it up. This is lunch.
Cooked in the traditional Aboriginal way. Lovely. It's quite nice, actually. It kind of tastes like walnuts. Would you like some eggs?
No.
You sure?
Yes.
It's delicious. It tastes just like chocolate.
Doesn't.
She's right, it doesn't taste like chocolate.
From Wilpena, we headed into the Flinders Range. Plenty of water and a well-stocked fridge were vital. This was the toughest but most spectacular part of our journey.
On the right there.
Hey kids, there's 3 of them, 3 emus. Should we stop? Yeah, let's stop and have a look. Amazing.
They keep running away. Look how fast they run. There's 3 of them.
Well, there were 3 emus there, but unfortunately when you run after them, they run away and they run away much faster. Charlie, come back! Oh, it's true. It's a lot bumpier than I thought.
By now, the roads were no more than hot, dusty dirt tracks. The air conditioning kept us relatively cool inside the van, but outside, the temperature was 100 degrees plus in the middle of the day. We were heading for Bratchana Gorge, a designated camping area in the heart of the Flinders Range. When we finally got there, the long, bumpy drive had definitely been worthwhile. There are no facilities here, no showers, no electricity, no toilets, and all the better for that. It's so unspoilt and natural, real bliss. It's been such a long day. We've done so much, and I'm absolutely starving.
Yes, but the downside to camping is that someone's got to do the cooking and the washing up.
Poor old Charlie. And we've just made a new friend here. This is little Nellie, the baby wallaby. She's 9 months old and she belongs to some people who are camping down the creek. Megan, come and give us a bread.
If you fancy venturing into the Australian outback, the cost of a trip this May for a family of 4 would work out at £2,934. That breaks down into the cost of return flights to Adelaide, which are £719 per adult and £482 per child. A camper van for 8 days is £532, including £48 for insurance. If your idea of bliss is being able to watch the trains go by all night long from